it's, you know, moving in and of itself is a hugely stressful event. But when you add the international aspect to it, you know, we've been trying to tell people and encourage people to understand it isn't something you do lightly. It's something that you really want to consider very, very diligently. You know, but unfortunately, a lot of people in this space, you know, you sell the sizzle, not the steak. And so there's a lot of willful fantasy land. So and then you know, you got the, you know, the cycle of like the honeymoon period. There's a cycle there. People that have not been abroad before, you've got this, it's this honeymoon period where everything seems like everything's got sparkles on it. You can take the sunshine, you know, the Candyman can. Ecuador or Mexico, which one's better? Now, I haven't made any country-specific videos lately, and if you don't know, we've been abroad 10 years. We spent almost 10 years in Ecuador, and we're in Mexico now. And so we've been trying to not be a channel about go here and go there, and that's hence the title of this video. And it just occurs to me that I mean, can you really say this country is better than that country? I mean, it's so, what do you call that? What's the word for that, honey?
Ambiguous?
No, it's, well, it's that too. But I mean, it's like obviously in your face promotion. You know, it's like,
yeah.
It's like, hello, you guys are, you live there and you're promoting and you sell real estate or something like that.
Right, right.
And you know, how did people not, I don't know. I think we live in the age of fantasy, and I said a little bit about that in the other video. People just want their decision validated. They're not really looking for real information. It's like, I've been to a lot of countries, and it's you know, I'm saying that I've had a well-rounded amount of experience for living abroad, especially because we dig down deep and do it on a local level. And I mean, we really, we just really get in there. A lot of people just go abroad and they're just a tourist the whole time they're there. Which I'm not judging that, I'm just saying, you know, it does take a certain kind of effort and a certain kind of desire, you know, in order to really dig in and go absolutely local, not like the guys that say they're eating avocado toast in Portugal and being local and stuff and paying $7 for it just because they watched the guy make it, they're going local. Not that kind of local. So each place has had its amazing, wonderful things about it. There were so many amazing, positive, wonderful things about Poland when we were in Poland. Hey, doggy. For a minute, I thought that dog was going to snatch the camera out of my hand. He was looking at it like it was some kind of a food or hot dog or something. So each place has its pros and cons, its pluses and minuses. And, you know, for somebody to say, oh yeah, this place is better, well, that's an opinion. I mean, there's so many things to like about Ecuador, so many things about Mexico, so many. What about the other side of the story, man? The only thing that matters is price. I mean, Ecuador is cheaper, but in my experience, people just pay higher prices anyway. So I'm not sure how. Okay, so maybe you'll get an extra bedroom or two. They're still paying the higher price. And a lot of these people are just single. Why does it matter if they've got an extra bedroom or two? They don't really need it. It's just this superfluous kind of thinking. It's the kind of thinking in the clouds. I mean, there are intrinsic things to like about a place like Ecuador, you know, the amazing part of the culture that is, you know, mostly it was before 2020, you know, live and let live, which you know, people are being tempted to abandon their foundational way of the way that they were raised and brought up during this you know, this 2020 period we're going through, where people are being basically enticed into be divisive and ignore their good manners and become aggressive towards other people. And there's a lot to consider. I know that somebody contacted me, wanted some help a few weeks ago. I was in the middle of moving. You know, anytime you're in a market where there's a huge amount of demand like here, you know, and it just makes it really complicated to try to find a place. Whereas in a place where there isn't getting as much demand, you know, it's going to be a lot simpler, a lot easier, you know, like in Ecuador at the moment. But those things change. It's like you get this huge influx of foreigners, and all of a sudden all the prices double. And you know, it may sound good to this crowd right now, but you just give it a little time, and all of a sudden that crowd will be pushed out, and the richer crowd comes in. And you know, it's just the nature of markets and promotions, and it's just like a penny stock promotion. You know, when the promoters first start promoting the penny stock, they already bought it cheap, they're already into it. By the time all the excitement comes around the corner, the insiders are selling to the newcomers. So it's just all a game, and at stake is our retire early lifestyle, our choices, and the places that we, you know, moving in and of itself is a hugely stressful event. But when you add the international aspect to it, you know, we've been trying to tell people and encourage people to understand it isn't something you do lightly. It's something that you really want to consider very, very diligently. You know, but unfortunately, a lot of people in this space, you know, you sell the sizzle, not the steak. And so there's a lot of willful fantasy land going on, and especially within the retired community, they're really vulnerable to this, because as I've heard some people say, well, I've worked all my life, I deserve, you know. Well, I understand that thought process, but does that mean you throw out diligence out the window? You know, I mean, that's all we're saying. You know, just be diligent and get to the bottom of things. And so and then you know, you got the, you know, the cycle of like the honeymoon period. There's a cycle there. People that have not been abroad before, you've got this, it's this honeymoon period where everything seems like everything's got sparkles on it. You can take the sunshine, you know, the candy man can. And you know, it's like everything is soaked into sugar and candy, and it's like everything is sweet and everything sparkles, you know.
A lot of people end up leaving because they came for the wrong reasons. They were enticed into coming for the wrong reasons. And then after they're through with the honeymoon phase, and you know, like you look at us, I mean, you know, we brought our family. So, you know, we're here as a family. A lot of people retiring abroad, they don't understand, they don't think it through, or they're just looking at one thing, you know, one aspect of it. But a lot of people realize later that they miss their family, and they don't really want to be, you know, out here alone and stuff. Everything's so different. Everybody's so different. People are different. You know, everything's different. So
until after you've been there a couple of years, and you start realizing that, okay, this place has a lot of great things about it, a lot of pros, but you know, all these other things I didn't know about or wasn't sure, and, you know, and it kind of changes the picture a little bit. And maybe I want to stay here, and maybe I don't, you know, that kind of thing. And that can be said for just about any place in the world. You know, I've talked to people that have been traveling all their lives for 40 years. This guy I talked to, and he said, I've been traveling 40 years. I have not found the perfect place. It doesn't exist.
Nope.
And so, you know, when you hear somebody saying, oh, this place is better than that place, well, I'm sure it is in so many ways, but that place is better than this place in so many ways, you know. So, for example, I mean, the US has so many amazing beaches. There are so many huge, amazing beaches in the US. And before you jump all over me and say, yeah, but it's a lot cheaper there, ha 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 ha. Maybe if you're the first guy there, it is. Not when you're just following the crowd. No, it's actually even higher. You know, in many cases, it's higher abroad. And you know, that's one of the things they don't tell you, you know. So yeah, I mean, I'm totally enjoying this beach. To me, I like a walking beach. I'm not on vacation, it's a lifestyle. you know, when it's a lifestyle, I don't come to the beach and just plop myself on a towel. And I like walking and swimming. I like to use the beach. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do my share of sitting on a towel, but just to make a distinction between the vacationer, vacationer is just happy to be on vacation and to be able to sit on a towel. They just appreciate just that. But from a lifestyle point of view, you know, I guess I require a little more than that. I like to walk, and so I like a long beach and a wide beach so there's plenty of space. And that's something that I'm not saying it doesn't exist in Ecuador, but it's definitely in short supply. But
because there's little coves over there.
yeah, so there's lots of huge beaches all over in America. It's not just Florida either. The whole Gulf Coast and all the mid-Atlantic and even California is nothing but huge, long beaches. I used to live in San Fernando Valley many years ago. Used to go to Santa Monica Beach. Remember, this was a long time ago. I'm not sure what it's like there now, but understand that you can't, everything costs $1 million now, but yeah, I didn't buy any real estate and hold it for 40 years, but not in California. For example, you learn things, you know, like, wait a minute, if I don't need to plop myself on a towel and have to get raised just because I'm on vacation or I'm not on vacation, and I enjoy walking the beach because I love the sound of the ocean and the fresh air and the open space, then does it matter if it's 90 degrees, 80 degrees, 70 degrees? Not really. I mean, you know, I've got my long sleeves on, but it's mild. And so that's another thing. I mean, this place is better than that place. Who's to say that 80 or 90 degrees is better than 60 or 70 degrees? It's just personal preference.
Well, there's places in Mexico right now that are 90
yeah, you
degrees.
can go get that if you want. You can go get 80, 90 degrees, or you can be, I know there's places in New Zealand where it's always in the 60s on the beach. And so it's just personal preference. You know, a little variation is also kind of nice, where it's nice and summery half the year, and then the other half of the year it's slightly cooler, but not freezing. So to each his own. All right, well, I hope you got something out of that. Have a wonderful day as always. Thanks for coming to our channel. Have a wonderful day.